Yo, 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 so today we're going to look at another pedal. We're going to look at the Behringer, however you say it, Ultra Metal UM300. It's a crazy distortion pedal designed for, well, you can use it however you want, but when it says Ultra Metal, so I think it's pretty self-explanatory. So I just thought it'd be interesting to check it out, have a look at the pedal, have a look at the settings, hear what it sounds like, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare the sound on two different guitars as well. So yeah, let's first of all check this pedal out, have a close-up at the settings and see what it's going to do. Let's give it a go. Alright, so this is the Behringer, whatever, Ultra Metal UM300. Loads and loads of settings. So obviously you got power adapter there, and we've got the distortion level here. You got your highs, your lows and your mids, two sections for the mids, and that's the volume. And what you'll find is that this is not a subtle pedal, it's just extremes all the way. It's Behringer, so it's a cheap, you know, they are budget pedals, so the housing is just plastic. There is a battery compartment in here, but you've got to press these two things on the side, and I nearly took my fingers off trying to open it. It's an absolute nightmare trying to get into here, unless I'm just being a bit special and not understanding how to get in, which is more likely the case. But yeah, that's it. I've had Behringer pedals before and had some really good ones and some ones that I wasn't too fussed about, so let's give it a go because it's fun to make some noise. I'm going to do two different sound tests today. So one is just going to be in the room using the trusty Marlboro amp 100 watt, using these settings. And I'm going to turn the reverb right down as well, so you can just get the sound of the pedal without any other effects. And I'm going to start with the SG, you know what I'm saying? And after the SG, we're going to go with the Stratocaster, baby. Hey. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plug in and mess about and see what sounds we can get. I don't use these pedals on my pedal board or anything like that, so I don't have a preference of setting, so we'll just see what this pedal can do. Yeah, let's give it a go, let's make some noise. Okay. I've got it in drop D because this is metal. Right, this, I don't know if you can see the settings, so I'm going to turn the distortion right down. So we're going to start off, I'm just going to put everything 12 o'clock to start with, apart from the volume, because, well, yeah, we don't want to blow your heads off just yet. We don't want to blow your heads off just yet. So that is my initial settings. Distortion right down just to see where we're at gain wise. I'm going to have to mess about with the volume because when you change the different levels of overdrive, the volume goes up and down, so hopefully you'll get a bit of a vibe. This is it in the room. So that's with the distortion at its lowest point. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to creep it up. Right now I'm going about quarter of the way. So you can hear the change gets quite insane. So I'm literally just moving the distortion. It's just mental. Look, you can see how far I've moved it up. All I've done is move the distortion a tiny bit up, a tiny bit up. So I'll tell you what, let's just go with distortion now. So this is it, everything at 12 o'clock. I'm just going to move the distortion. We're going to go up to 12 o'clock now on distortion. So let's... It is just crazy. Right, let's go. We're gonna go We're gonna go 3/4 of the way now, distortion wise. So you can hear it's just getting more and more saturated. The note definition is getting lost now. It's just becoming a wall of noise. It's just making me laugh because it's insane. Like, I don't know if it's coming across well enough on video, but it's just absolutely mental in this room. Right, and now we're gonna go full distortion. It's crazy, man. Right, let's go full distortion. So that noise is me with the pedal off. So this pedal's so heavy it feedbacks when it's off. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to mess about with some of the other settings. So let's go moving the highs up, okay? And I'll sweep it across because that's where you can really hear how much this pedal changes the sound. And what I'll do is I'll switch as well between pickups. So I'm playing everything on the bridge pickup so far. This is it on the neck. Yeah, so this is the neck. This is the bridge. And because it's such high gain, the difference isn't that insane. To be fair, the sustain is pretty crazy, which it should be because it's such a high saturated distorted sound. So let's go moving some of these settings. We're going to go try the high one. So I've turned the high right down. It's just insane. It's almost like being a DJ mixing with the settings on the deck. So this is going to be me messing about on the bridge pickup with the low. Yeah, I'm going to play with the bridge pickup and just turn the low setting now. Everything else set at 12 o'clock. Yeah, so that's if you want to, you know, make people's bowels implode. Right, and now I'm gonna, for some reason, I'll show you quickly. There are 2 mid settings. I don't know what that means because I don't have the manual. The manual? I don't have the menu. The menu for this pedal. But I'm just going to mess about with them. So I'll start with the top one. Everything else at 12 o'clock. So this is the top mid section all the way down. I'm going to sweep going across clockwise. What is that? Do you know what it sounds like? It sounds like I'm using a wah pedal there. Literally, the amount of change in tone is insane. Yeah, this is what I'm doing. Just crazy. Right, so that's the top mid section. We'll try the bottom mid one. I don't know what it means, but we'll check it out. So again, starting that bottom mids on 0, and we're going to go up and see what it does. So this is all the way to the left, and this is all the way to the right. It's a bit more subtle than the top mid section. Adds a bit more bass, I guess, as you turn it more clockwise. Hopefully you can get across how insane it is. The one thing I haven't done yet, which is what you've got to do when you get an insane distortion pedal, is turn everything max full and see what we get. You ready? So we've got everything full. The one thing we haven't added yet, whilst the pedal's off, is distortion. Feedback already, and it's not even on. Let's go, baby. So yeah, what do you say? What do you even say about this pedal? It's just crazy. It's just you can't get. There's no subtlety here. If you're just looking for, oh yeah, I just want a really nice bluesy tone. You're not getting bluesy tones. You're getting in your face. We're in a band, and we're gonna call our band Death to the Nuns, and we're gonna play to about 4 people. That is what this pedal's for. Let's go. Right, what I am going to do is, you've heard the pedal in the room. I'm actually going to record something. I made a little backing track, and I'm going to try and get a half decent tone, what I would consider a half decent heavy tone, and just to show the difference between this guitar, which is a SG with humbuckers, and a Strat, obviously with its single coil, just to see what sounds you get. Mixing it with the same settings on the same track, and yeah, hopefully you'll get a vibe for what it sounds like. So I will record that now, and I'll play them side by side just so you can get a feel. Yeah, hope you enjoy the little demo. Let's do it. So these are the settings I'm going to use for this demo, and yeah, we're going to do SG and then Strat. Let's see how we go. Okay, hopefully you could hear the sound of that pedal in the context of a song or some riffs with some other instruments. It was actually really hard to get a half decent tone, to be honest, doing that, because every tiny movement changes the sound. It was literally like having a wah pedal. It was every time I moved it, it was like the wash of a wah pedal. You tweaked every tiny thing, made a completely different sound. And to be honest, I wasn't really happy with that sound overall, but that was the best I could do given the amount of time I wanted to mess about with it. At least it gave you an idea of how insane this pedal is. It's actually really fun playing with it. Like I said to you before, I don't ever use these metal pedals. I remember years ago when I was first learning guitar actually and buying pedals. I was a teenager during the new metal era, so all the real heavy distortion pedals started getting really popular, so all my friends were buying stuff like the Metal Zone, and the Metal Zone is really similar to this sound wise, and in terms of how extreme the sounds are, really similar. And I had some friends that loved that pedal and I just never got on with it. But this thing, yeah, reminded me of that. Some of the good things are that it is so versatile, so if you want that real heavy saturated sound, you can get that and fiddle about with it to your heart's content, really, to get a real heavy sound that you like. And actually the sustain, when you're playing just notes and stuff, like little solo bits, is amazing. You know, you could just let notes ring forever if you wanted to. Another good thing is that these pedals are super cheap. Brand new, I think they're only about 25 quid. Let's see how much I can find. I'm going to literally do an online second-hand look as we speak. Well, as I speak in this moment. Let's have a look. Yeah, I can see one for £8. £8. Yeah, a tenner. Tenner used. And Behringer, they're known for doing budget pedals anyway, so brand new, 25 quid. If you want to get that heavy tone, and if you want to play that real dirty, you know, like real deep stoner rock, like We Don't Ever Wash kind of band, you know, you can get that real grimy, horrible distortion. Equally, you can get a real clear, notey thing if you want it for solos and stuff like that. Yes, you can't, I mean, 8 quid. If you get it second hand, 8 quid, you can't argue with that. Would I ever use that live or... No, I don't think I would. Maybe if I was recording something and wanted some real clear note thing with a bit of fiddling, I could probably find something like that. But to be honest, these pedals are just fun for messing about. And like I say all the time, these videos are just a guide on my opinion. The best thing to do is get one yourself, mess about with it yourself and see what you think. Hopefully you got a bit of an idea of the different types of sound through the SG and the Strat, the single pole and humbuckers. I did have to, I mean, it makes sense, I had to raise the volume a little bit on the Strat so it cut through enough on the recording. See higher output pickups on the SG, that makes complete sense. But I did prefer the tone on the SG as well. But again, different guitars are going to have different sounds. You're going to have to fiddle to find one that works for you. But yeah, Ultra Metal. If you want a crazy pedal that does crazy things for next to no money, give it a go. Like, it's fun. I was laughing my head off, like getting some of these sounds. And mate, that's why we play music. We play to have a good time, have fun. And I'm going to start a sludge doom metal band tomorrow. Anyway, big thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you a bit of an idea of the insanity that this thing can create. And take it easy, people.